Yep.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Genoa Township Board of Trustees meeting to order. This is a regular trustee meeting. Today's date is February 10th, 2026. A full and accurate account of this meeting's video and audio can be found at genoatwp.com. Pat, will you call the roll?
I will. Sorry. Trustee McMurray?
Here.
Mr. Antonetts?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Here.
Sorry, I was reading something there.
Oh, good. Are also present are Fiscal Officer Pat Myers, our Assistant Fiscal Officer, HR Director Donna Batten, our Office Manager Dina Brown, Directors of Roads, Buildings and Grounds and Parks, Lauren Fitzpatrick, our Police Chief, James McMillan, our Fire Chief, Joseph Ponzi, our Director of Zoning and Development, Joe Schaefer, Director of Communications and Events, Leslie Strader, and our Township Administrator, Paul Wise. I'd like to ask everybody who's able to stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I will turn it over to our fiscal officer.
Thank you. A few things tonight. First, I have a meeting minute approval, two meeting sets of meeting minutes. January 5th, 2026, the reorganizational trustee meeting, and then the January 15th, 2026 special trustee meeting. I'd ask for your approval.
Okay, I'll move to approve the following trustee meeting minutes. First, we're going to do this in two separate motions. So first, January 5th, 2026, the reorg meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antonetts?
abstain.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes. Second, I would like to move to approve the following trustee meeting minutes, January 15th, 2026, special trustee meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antonetts?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes.
Thank you very much. I also have the December 2025 year-end financials for you, and then the 26th, or January of 26 financials for you. I'll give you the kind of the numbers on 26. Balance of $24,826,106.23. Everything's balanced, so I'll have that for you for your signature and review. I think you've already seen them, but get your signature on those. Next, I would ask to approval of the 2026 appropriations. Again, in your packet, you have the first, on the back, we had the temporary appropriation budget that took us through to the first part of the year, and then the final appropriation budget as of today. And I'd ask for your approval of that.
Okay, I move to approve the 2026 Genoa Township Permanent Appropriations in the amount of $29,621,240.43, effective January 1st, 2026. Do I have a second?
Second.
Who wants that one?
Okay.
Mark? Okay,
One?
Mark.
Okay.
All right, discussion? Roll call.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antonetts?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes.
Next, in the past, there was, we had fire and police capital project funds that were available, and we'd like to reestablish those. Donna can speak to it as well if we have the questions about those funds. We have we provided you with the past minutes and so forth, as well as the resolutions that originally established those, and we'd like to reestablish those, both fire and police.
Okay, I will move to reestablish the Fire Capital Projects Funds 4902 as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion?
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antonetts?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes.
And lastly, I do want to share, in 2019, Auditor Keith Faber, put together what they call the STARS rating system. And this was a system to encourage local governments to be more transparent and open records, public records, and so forth. And they kicked that off again in 19. They call it Sunshine Week. It was for folks to excel in open records and identify areas where it could help local partners give Ohioans better access to information, and help entities be more open and transparent. The STARS rating system created, I'm just going to read from this, created to acknowledge the accomplishment of those that were meeting Ohio's public records and open meeting laws and recognize those public bodies that were exceeding those legal standards by implementing a number of identified best practices. And this is part of the audit that happens biannually. They look into this and look at this rating system. And we, the fiscal office, along with all the department heads and everybody, the trustees, have received the highest achievement. It's the highest achievement award in open and transparent government from January of '23 through December 31st of 2024. So over and above our AAA rating, we're taking care of open records as well, and I want everybody to know that. We're real excited. I want to thank Donna, Dina, everybody that kind of does that internal work when we get those multitude of public records requests, and we track those and make sure they get out in a timely manner. So thank you, guys, and thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
That's all I have, unless you have anything for me.
That's
Actually,
one more
I
item.
need to do one more resolution.
missed
correct?
something?
yes, the police capital.
They were both separate. It was fire and police were separate.
Donna, the police capital fund, is that 4906?
Oh, yeah. That's why,
You got the same number, 4902.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
490, is that 4906?
sorry about that, Renee.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so the fire capital fund is 4902.
Right.
And police is 4901.
Okay.
4901.
Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Okay, so I will move to pass a resolution to reestablish the Police Capital Projects Funds 4901 as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion? Can you talk about why we got rid of it and why do we want to create it again?
So we have not gotten rid of the capital improvement funds. ORC has a 10-year time limit, so per the recommendations of audit when they were here last year, we have to make sure that we get them reapproved. So last time was 2016, so 2026, we're just going to move forward with both capital improvement funds with the same purpose that was established, and I believe it was '05.
03 it was
Oh,
originally.
sorry, excuse
all the way
me,
back.
'03.
Helen Barber and the older trustees that were here a long time ago.
So had this for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. All right, any other questions?
No.
All right, roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes.
Now I have nothing else.
All right, thank
Unless
you,
you have
Pat.
anything for me.
All right, we will move on to public comment. If anybody would like to speak, please come up to the podium and state your name and address for the record. Put on.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mallory Menz with the Delaware Public Health District. Main thing at the Public Health District this month is that the Delaware District Advisory Council is accepting letters of interest from people who would like to serve as a member of the Health District Board of Health. If anybody wants more information on that, I have it, but mostly they have to be a resident of a township or village in Delaware County. But that's about it for me.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Rick Wieland, 9500 Britton Woods Drive. I've been asked to read something from one of our township residents. His name is Dr. Alan Vierling. He's been out of town for a long time. Says he's down in New Mexico right now on work for another week. He said he'd much rather be back in Galena. He says the blue skies and the balmy weather is boring after all for him down there. But so these are his words to the board. Over the last year, the board has made a valiant effort to try and complete the omnibus zoning resolution. The results are not complete because, at heart, neither the board nor the concerned constituents before you are satisfied with the documents. It's difficult to lay fault at the trustees' feet, as none of you have the time in a day, a week, a year to work through the extraordinary and complex document in question. You have other obligations in the township, and importantly, primary obligations as spouses, parents, community members, and members of the workforce where you are actually get paid for all your time. To take on the task of becoming a zoning expert is a failed proposition from the beginning. Frankly, doing so in a distraction where no one will be satisfied with your efforts. As none of the trustees are up for imminent election, now is the time to allow reason to play a prominent role. Stop this process, hire a consultant, and do what successful executives across all industries do. Let the experts do your groundwork, and then tweak the final product as needed. Today you have before you a document that meets none of the stated goals that set forth a year ago. Please break the mold of elected officials in 2026 and act with reason and logic. The trustees have neither time nor expertise to resolve this issue in satisfactory fashion. No one expects you to. We do, however, expect that you use our exorbitant tax dollars effectively. The time is now to cease wasting time and money and outsource the work to experts in zoning. Sincerely, Dr. Alan Veerling. As a note from me, I've been involved with the zoning stuff for 2 or 3 years, and I appreciate the time that I get to do it. I look forward to it. I think we have residents in this township that have a lot of stuff to offer to the trustees and the community. So we'd still like to be included in this stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Public comment? Okay, seeing none, we will close public comment. Move on to trustee comments. Anyone? Do you have anything?
Well, I attended my first OTA last week, Ohio Trustee Association Annual Conference, and I found it very helpful. Got to meet a lot of other trustees and see some familiar faces in different outfits. Seeing Chief outside of his normal garb and in street clothes was pretty fun. But it was just really, really good to get out and about and learn and grow. So.
Anybody?
Nothing new.
I have a couple things. One, a couple bills that have been proposed at the House. One is House Bill 609. I had an Ohio Township Association board meeting last Tuesday, and a lot of people were upset because we thought this bill was going to require all public entities to require public comment before every vote, which means every time I would read a resolution, we'd have to have public comment before the vote. But thankfully, we had the legislative convention on Wednesday, and we clarified with the bill writers that that was never the intent of the bill. So we do it right here. Public comment, almost every meeting we have public comment. I guess this bill stemmed from a case in Canton, Ohio, where you had a village council who was not allowing public comment ever at any meeting. And so residents were getting irate. So that's where that stemmed from. The other House bill is 646, and I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. They're looking into the whole data center thing. We talked about it in our zoning meeting that we just had before here, this meeting, that we've had other hot topics in the state of Ohio and across the country. Solar was one of them, and legislation hasn't caught up with the data center issue yet. Governor DeWine is looking for a working group, much like what else did he have a working group? Tax issue. Yeah, so he's creating another working group, and he wants the group to look into health concerns, environmental concerns of data centers. The OTA is pushing for a representative from townships to be on this panel, because more than likely, the data center will be built in a township. If not, it will be land that once was a township that is annexed into a city. So the OTA feels like there should be a representative from townships on there. I think it's a 9 or a 6-panel person, and right now, there isn't a requirement that somebody from a township be on it, but we feel like we need a seat at the table. And that's all I have. And we are going to turn it over to fire.
Good evening, Board. On your agenda this evening, the title is a roofing co-op purchasing agreement. I'm not sure if,
I think we're on hold, correct, Paul?
Well, where we're at is the proper order to follow would be to join the purchasing group first. And the purchasing group is called Equalis. So I'd like to ask the board this evening for a resolution to allow me to sign an agreement with Equalis. It's a government purchasing group that has contractors that have already bid out different types of projects, like what the chief is looking for is be a metal roof repair or reinstallation. So if the board would pass a resolution this evening to allow me to sign an agreement with Equalis.
I'll give a little backstory. A couple years ago, Berlin Township was looking to replace their roof on their township hall. And they used the same company and realized that they could put a sealant on the roof instead of actually replace it and save them, I don't want to guess, but it was a lot of money. So we're looking into this just to see if we qualify.
yeah, and I think another important caveat of that is they're going to come out and see even if this product would even work on our type of roof, and it either will or will not. Obviously, if not, then we have to go back to the drawing board. But we need to have this agreement in place before we can even begin any discussions with this company about whether it'll work or not for us.
And what we're looking into is potentially not replacing the metal roof, but sealing it. Because metal, from what we were told, the metal roof doesn't leak, it's all the joints and where the screws are. So if they can seal the spot where the screw is, then and stop the leaking, we could potentially extend the life of our roof by 5, 10, 15, we don't know. They have to come look at it.
How old is the roof?
Well, we have a couple different phases. The oldest would be the portion that remains from the old police station. And then the next oldest would be the portion that is where we park the trucks at, we call the apparatus bay. That roof was put on in 1993. I'm sorry, 1995, a couple years. And then the newest roof is the main part of the station where we live and work, and that roof was put on in 2001.
Yeah.
And we have leaks throughout.
Yeah. Okay.
This is just to join the Equalis so that we can potentially,
Yeah.
look into this.
See if the work
That's all.
even makes
Yeah.
sense.
We're not committing to anything.
So in your packet of information is the agreement with Equalis. I read it through and it's recommended the prosecutor's office says we need to sign this before we go do anything. So.
Okay. Makes sense.
So we need a resolution, or do we just
Pass a
board?
motion to
Okay.
allow me to sign this agreement.
Okay, so I move to,
Authorized.
thank you, authorize Paul Wise to sign an agreement with Equalis. Is that all we need?
Yes.
Okay, that's my motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Ms.
Roll.
McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette? Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes.
Thank you.
And then the second item for the fire department this evening would be, I just need a consensus from the board of asking approval that we would begin a bidding process for the purchase of two new cardiac monitors for the medic vehicles that we have at the fire department. I think you remember when we did the budget meeting, we budgeted for this in 2026. The funds are there, but I just needed the approval to begin the bidding process.
You don't need a motion that's here. It says consensus.
Just
Yeah.
consensus.
Yep, I'm good with it.
I have no problem with that.
Agree.
Okay.
That's all for me.
Thank you, Chief. Next, Paul.
Next up, we have to get some power service over to certain areas of Freeman's Farm. So AEP needs to install their lines across the front of the property and down the side. So I asked the board to approve the easement and right-of-way agreement with Ohio Power Company / AEP.
Okay, I will move to approve an easement and right-of-way agreement for electric service at 6142 Lewis Center Road, Galena, Ohio, 43021, to the Ohio Power Company and authorize Township Administrator Paul Wise to sign the easement and right-of-way agreement on behalf of the Genoa Township Board of Trustees. Do I have a second?
Second?
Discussion?
Yeah, it just doesn't cost us anything. right?
No.
Okay.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoness? Ms. Vaughn?
Motion passes.
Thank you. Secondly, during the appropriation budget times, we talked about adding 5 new township signs, border signs they're called. The cost of those is $2,500 apiece. For the 5 units, it'd be $12,500. I asked the board to approve that purchase this evening with Signcom.
Okay, I will move to approve the purchase order to Signcom for the amount of $12,500 for township-wide border signs. Do I have a second?
Second?
Discussion?
Yeah, where are these going?
Leslie and Lauren talked about specific locations, which I cannot remember at this time, but turn your mics.
I don't have the actual locations off the top of my head, but I do have a Google map that shows where all of our existing township signs are and where we have identified places where we'd like to add them. So I'd be happy to share that with you following the meeting.
Are you replacing them? No.
So, no.
Adding
There
5
are
new ones.
still some old ones out there though, aren't
Yeah. If the replacement happens, it'll be of the old metal with the old logo on them. We've got several spots that Leslie and Bob had came up with together that I completely agree on. So it's just kind of Leslie and I going over it and seeing which 5 we'd like to erect this time around.
Do you have an overall number of signs, a goal of, because I mean, there are a lot of roads, I can't remember the number, but it's a crazy number of roads that go from another entity into Genoa Township.
these really target the main,
Yeah.
the main entry points. I think when you see the Google map that specs out every single sign in the township, you'll see the vision. But we're actually getting pretty close to being totally
Finished.
exchange over. And the vision was always from previous boards, and unless you guys have a change of direction, to just budget a few a year so that we're not taking a big financial hit and replacing everything all at once. So we've been kind of just chipping away at it over the years.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll?
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoness? Yes. Ms. Vaughn?
Yes.
Next up, we have Dina.
Good evening, Board. A few weeks ago, I sent you information for committee applicants, and I just wanted to find out this evening if you received that information, first of all, if you were able to review it, and if you would like to schedule a meeting to conduct interviews or so forth.
I did receive it,
Yeah, I received it.
Received it.
Perfect.
Reviewed.
and we've gone through this, at least me and Renee have. Do we do them during the day? Have we done that?
I think that's, usually interviews we'll do in the evening because that's, yeah, in case people are working, but I think we can I did review the list, but I didn't check how many people have applied to zoning and BZA.
I believe the zoning commission, I believe, just needs one person added.
And the
then-
number of people who applied to
Oh,
the
yes.
positions. Like, how many interviews are we talking between BZA and zoning?
Oh, goodness.
Just BZA and zoning, though.
Yeah, BZA, I don't believe there are any openings. So there's just one spot in zoning.
But we still interview.
Okay,
Mhm.
even though they
For
just
everybody
applied
who
for
applied,
zoning.
mhm.
Okay. Let's see, that would be 1, 2, 3, reappointments as well?
No,
No.
we don't do reappointments.
Yeah.
Not reappointments, we already know them. Why would we interview them?
I think, where's Joe? Sometimes we give them the option, correct, Joe? To re-interview if they want? I feel like we did.
I feel like you've gone back and forth over the years. Some years you have, some years you haven't.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. So on the zoning commission, you have one member not returning. You have an alternate position
Wants to
open.
move up. And I'm an alder that wants to move up.
Yeah.
A lot
and
of them
then-
do.
And then on the BZA, I don't think you have any vacancies to fill. You've just got
A
expiring
reappointment.
terms. And I think both alternates' terms or one alternate term I know is definitely expiring. And then you've got the regular term expiring. So in total of existing members, that's maybe like 3 to 5, plus the count that Dina's coming up with.
I would say there are 9 new applicants.
That sounds right from what I looked at today.
So I'd like to knock that out all in one night, don't you? We, like,
But you're just talking about new ones, not
The 9,
recent.
yes, it's just the
Nine's
the
enough
new
for me.
ones.
I don't need to interview more than 9.
How long are each
it's like
interviews?
15 minutes, not
15
long.
minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quick.
Okay.
So dates, we have the dates from before. Anybody have a preference of what day we do it? Joe had given us March 2nd.
I'm sorry, Joe, before you leave. Oh, yeah. What is the schedule for completing this again? Remind me.
Sure. So the terms that are up expire March 31st. So ideally, you would have the decisions done and everyone appointed and informed prior to March 31st. There have been years where, for various circumstances, it hasn't gotten done by March 31st. That just means those boards are a little short, or you might temporarily extend the current members until you make a decision. That's all sort of within your prerogative to decide how you want to go forward.
That help you try to shoot for the end of March.
I'd rather do the interviews. I mean, he gave us dates. March 2nd, 3rd, 4th,
Yeah, I think I was open on any of that.
10th,
depending
16th,
on the time of
18th.
day.
And those are the dates that this room
room's
was
open,
available.
But we don't need it.
Usually, yeah, you can basically get into the other room any night,
Yep,
right?
yep, yep.
So-
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because we usually do it in
long
the
as you're
conference
free.
room.
You guys throw out some dates and then I will look, because if Craig has track.
I'm pretty open, so what night's good for you? Unless,
If we could avoid Tuesdays, that's the only day. I
That's
would say
fine.
avoid.
we could do Monday, March 2nd.
Yeah.
That would work.
Okay, that was the first day he gave us.
Mhm.
And what time do we want to start? You want to start at 5? Because we got 9 interviews potentially? Okay. Let's do that.
Did 15-minute intervals?
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll notify them? Right,
Yeah.
how we did last time, you
Yeah,
notify them?
the trick is always if that person's not available, how do we handle it? But,
we can, in the past, we've each just called them.
correct.
Or if they're, I'm willing to do phone interview, we can
Yeah,
just
we've
call
done that
them.
too.
If they're out of town, that's fine.
So,
We could do like a Teams or Google
Yep.
Meet or whatever.
Yep.
I'll work with Dina on sort of getting that out and the schedule, and I'll show her how I've sort of done it in the past.
Yep.
And I'm sure we can tag team it and get it done, so.
What time do we want to start? Is 5 good?
Good?
Yep,
That's what you did last year, and I felt like it worked because
Yep.
we weren't here all night.
yes, I agree. 5 good?
Yes, that'll
Okay,
work.
all right. Perfect.
Make that motion.
Yeah, I'll make the motion. I'll move to schedule a special trustee meeting on March 2nd, 2026 at 5 PM to interview candidates for various open committee, commission, and board appointments. Do I have a second? Discussion? Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes. All right, HR.
Good evening, Board. I have one item on the agenda, and it is basically just an update of our 2025 Employees Bureau Worker Compensation Program. 2025, we started with our premium for the year at $105,377. Throughout the year, we had received various rebate bonuses. We received a transitional work performance bonus rebate, an early fee pay rebate, a lapse-free rebate, and then a drug-free workplace rebate, which I'd like to thank all of our department heads and employees for participating in that program and keeping that going for our township. The early pay discount for 25 and 26 was a 2%. All in, total discounts for 2025 totaled $16,034.54. Further review brought some really good information up as well. It's great to report that from 24 to 25, our workers' compensation claims were down 70%. Our lost days were down over 75%. So I would like to thank all of our staff and their efforts and contributing to our programs. I know sometimes it can be a little rough when they get the call for the randoms and the trainings, but I appreciate everyone's cooperation and all of their effort. It's really paying off.
Okay.
And that's all we have for HR. Thank you.
Good news. Thanks, Donna.
Very good news.
All right, I will turn it over to police.
Good evening, Board. The first item I have for tonight is last year, the board approved Deputy Chief Denman to apply for a grant to purchase at least a portion of our 2026 body armor. He was awarded that grant and the funds have came in. So tonight I would request the trustees accept that grant in the amount of $8,141.44.
Okay, I will move to accept proceeds in the amount of $8,141.44 from the Ohio Attorney General for body armor for the police department. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette? Yes. Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great.
And the second item I have is Lieutenant Rich Lyon recently has graduated with his bachelor's degree. He has submitted all appropriate paperwork to Human Resources. So tonight I would respectfully request the trustees approve an education supplement for Lieutenant Rich Lyon per Article 14.9 of the collective bargaining agreement for the amount of $1 an hour for his bachelor's.
Okay, I will move to approve an education supplement for full-time police Lieutenant Richard Lyon per Article 14.9 in the Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association Union Agreement in the amount of $1 an hour for a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Southeastern University effective February 10th, 2026. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette? Yes. Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes.
Thank you. And Rich looks like he's on a roll with going to school, so he is requesting to go right into his graduate program. So I'm requesting, I'm respectfully requesting the trustees approve the tuition reimbursement for Rich to attend Columbia Southern for his Master's of Science in Criminal Justice per the collective bargaining agreement.
Okay, I will move to approve the tuition reimbursement for full-time police Lieutenant Richard Lyon per Article 15 in the Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association Union Agreement for a Master of Science in Criminal Justice from Southeastern University. Reimbursement will be based upon final grades. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Motion passes.
Thank you. The next item I have for tonight, so when we were going through our various 2026 budget meetings, we discussed the police department replacing 4 vehicles this year. So tonight, I'm requesting the trustees approve a purchase order to Reineke Ford in the amount of $173,101 to replace 4 vehicles.
I move to approve the following purchase orders to Reineke Ford in the amount of $173,101 for the following. 1, 2026 Ford Police Interceptor K-9 unit. 2, 2026 Explorer Police Interceptor. 1, 2026 Maverick Crew Cab 4x4 XLT. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? I do. Chief, can you we were in with those discussions, but for the public, why 4 vehicles this year?
So like we discussed when we went through the various budget meetings, we've been a little bit light on our replacement schedule for the last couple of years. At this point, it's probably 18-plus months ago, we entered into that agreement with Enterprise Car Rental. And as we found out over that course of that year to a year and a half, they weren't that easy to work with. Ultimately, we ended up replacing 2 police vehicles is all we got done. By the time we were able to break contract with them and get ourselves back into our own purchasing, so we weren't spending extra money, we were so close to the police levy, I didn't think it was right to spend that kind of money prior to getting that approval. So in order to keep up with where we would normally be to keep these vehicles replaced at a proper time, to keep the maintenance where we are over the next couple of years, we need to get those purchases back on order. So for this year, that's why we're requesting to do 4. Some of the vehicles that we're replacing, just to recap, like the Mazda, so we have a unmarked police vehicle to be able to do the things we need to outside of our normal police work. That Mazda is a 2011. It's been stored outside that entire time. So we're starting to not only have mechanical problems, but now body and other type of issues. So we're not replacing that. It's starting to get to the point where we're replacing bolts and pieces to blocks and engines, but other things are breaking while we're doing it. So we need to get ourselves caught back up, and that's why we're requesting to do those 4. Also, to bring up something that we had talked about, we received some substantial donations from an estate over the last couple of years that has to be spent specifically on items relating to our therapy unit, our K-9 team. Because of that, and the 2 K-9 cars, one of the K-9 cars is a 2017, the other's a 2020, both hybrids. As we found that the hybrids from the 2017, 2020 marks are not necessarily the most reliable. So because we got those substantial donations, a lot of that, especially dealing with the K-9 cars that I'll be requesting this year and next year, are coming from that donation, not taxpayer funds. And then the last thing I would add, which we have recently found out by the time, because we're getting these quotes, because we are doing some of the replacements on our marked fleet, where that was part of the thing when we talked to Enterprise. They showed us graphics that showed if you start replacing your vehicles prior to that 80, 90, 100,000 mark, the return on your investment, that how much more your cars will sell for, your ability to equipment, and you're actually making a little bit of money by getting rid of them a little bit sooner. We're going to, if we get everything approved, the equipment to replace the 2 marked vehicles cost half of what it cost us last year to do the other vehicle that we couldn't use anything. So by doing the vehicle switchover more around that 60, 70,000 mark, the body styles aren't changing over. We're able to take our equipment and make it into a second vehicle life, where when we've been keeping them that 7, 8 year mark, the companies change it just enough that we can't use that, and so that equipment gets a single life. So when, if we do get that approved and we go into that second portion of the purchase order, you'll see it's substantially lower than what we have in the past.
Okay. Any other questions? No. All right. Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoness? Yes. Ms. Vaughn?
Motion passes.
Thank you, trustees. And as I had just mentioned, I'm going to request approval for the purchase order to PAR Public Safety Equipment in the amount of $54,006.62. That's going to outfit the three police cars, 1 being the K-9, 2 being the standard patrol, and the additional 2026 Maverick Crew Cab with the additions that we need for that.
Okay, I will move to approve a purchase order to PAR Public Safety Equipment in the amount of $54,006.62 for outfitting 3 2026 Explorer Police Interceptors and 1 2026 Maverick Crew Cab 4x4 XLT. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Chief, you had mentioned that you'll be able to carry over some of the equipment that's on the other cars. What's that savings look like if we were to have to buy this all all new?
So last year, we equipped one vehicle. I believe the original quote was for about $21,000 for the equipment for that one single car. We were able to work with PAR, and we got it down to around 16,000, 17,000, if I remember correctly. The quote up front for the two police vehicles are 11,500. So together, they're 23,000 because of the amount that we could save, where last year we started at 21,000 for the one car. Now, the K-9 car is a completely different scenario. So I'm working with PAR, which is our equipment manufacturer, and our township legal representation to get the answers prior to presenting it to the board. But we're looking to sell the K-9 car and a fully equipped police cruiser as is to another police department. Legal's given me the ways to make that happen. So a lot of times, the departments will buy older K-9 cars because they are expensive to equip, and we're going to be able to recoup some money, even though we're dealing with 2017, sell them as is. So the K-9 equipment is what's causing the outfit to be a little bit higher, because we will purchase that from the beginning, because the car is old enough that nothing will transfer over. So that's so 11,000 for your standard patrol cars, about 23,000 for the K-9, and then just under 5,000 to get that Maverick to where we need it to be able to put it into the fleet.
Thank you.
Roll?
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes.
And then the last thing I would add with that, just to kind of to take it all full circle, we talked about during the first portion of the levy, we're going to get the vehicle replacement back up. So that's why I've requested the 4 this year. I'll need a couple more. And then if our schedule holds the way that it should and the way that we have it sectioned out, the last couple years of the levy, we'll be back to 1 or 2 vehicles for those last couple of years to be back on where we're needing to. So I don't anticipate it asking for the 3 and 4 every year. It's just to get us back up to speed. And then we'll be back to that 1, 2 every couple of years. And the last thing I have on my list is over the last several years, the Genoa Township Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association has donated gift baskets to the PD to be handed out as door prizes and marker prizes for when we do our annual award ceremony. And this year, the Alumni Association's requesting to donate 4. They did just add in that how the donations came in. They may actually make it into 5 baskets, but they're requesting the 4, maybe 5 baskets with a value of about $500 they'd like to donate to the police department for, once again, to hand out door prizes at this year's annual banquet. And I would respectfully request the trustees accept the donation of those gift baskets to the police department.
Okay, I move to graciously accept a donation of gift baskets from the Genoa Township Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association with potential value or approximate value of $500 for the police department. Do I have a second? Discussion? Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette? Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes. I want to thank the Citizens Police Academy and the McHales, who are a big part of that, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, board, and I have nothing else for the evening.
All right, thanks, Chief. Leslie?
Yes, as you all know, this is a significant year for Genoa Township. The police department is having their 50th anniversary. The township is celebrating its 210th birthday. And also, in the same year, the United States of America celebrates the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Before you here, we have a resolution, should you want to join the America 250th as an official community partner, there's a resolution that you can adopt. And I would submit that, and that would make us official. We'd just need to have some committee meetings, which I think we can already loop into existing groups that we already have meeting. Director Fitzpatrick and I have already kind of started to brainstorm some summer events that would be in keeping and celebrate these milestones.
I will move to pass a resolution of the Township of Genoa of Delaware County, Ohio, supporting the Ohio Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial America 250 Ohio celebration as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion? Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes. Thank you for taking the lead on this because people have been asking, I mean, people have been talking about this for over a year already. So
Happy
great.
to.
Yep, awesome.
Yeah, we have some fun things coming up. The second item is the Freeman Farm barn logo. So I've been helping to facilitate the creative design process for a image that could be painted onto the Freeman Farm barn, similar to the concept that we had done at McNamara Park. So this is really a parks project. Director Fitzpatrick will obviously be taking care of all the details of, but I am helping with the design process. So I have started that by first throwing out a few designs to the Communication Advisory Committee. They gave feedback on direction with that. Then I revised the designs, sent those new revised designs to the Parks Committee. They gave their feedback. And then from that, I incorporated their feedback, and now you guys have a packet of the next iteration, and we can kind of continue to go through this until we're happy with a variety. As far as the process of deciding which design to go with, I leave that to you. I thought you might consider a public vote of some sort if you were able to whittle it down to 2 or 3 designs that you like equally and be happy with whichever the community chooses. But that's just one idea and one path you could consider. So I leave that for your discussion.
Thank you for putting this together. Good visuals.
Okay.
Any thoughts
Where
or
to go
on which direction you want to take this or feedback?
The folder in my,
Would you like a
Packet.
printed copy? I have 2 here.
I don't know, I can't figure out. It's user error, I'm sure. I don't even know. Like, I think I'm here, but I don't know where to find it. Or, wait, maybe it's here. Hold on, it's here, I think. This is the shared drive, right? Where is it? Yeah, I had that pulled up. You're welcome. Okay, awesome, thank you. Ooh.
I like them all.
I know, I'm like, this is tough to choose. This is why the community votes.
We got to narrow it down.
Is there a way to put it up here, or Joe, don't you have access to that, so everybody else can see what we're seeing?
Trustee Vaughn's Paul's face one of those?
Paul's
Been around
face.
a long time.
No. Compass with Genoa in the middle, I think, but then there's 2 different renditions of that.
I like having the established 1816 in there because I think that gives homage.
Oh, I see.
You see? But I don't know if I like the one with the banner.
I like, how did you finagle putting this on the barn? Like,
Photoshop.
that looks good. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
They all look great.
I would say the only one that I'm not like, ooh, on is the one with like the wheat.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
You like the one?
You
with
like the wheat?
Those are wildflowers.
Oh, okay. Wheat, wildflowers, corn, you know.
That would be a dandelion.
Okay. I don't know, they look great.
I do, I
Yeah.
agree.
All looks
That
good.
consider just the asymmetry of the barn. There's a little more weight visually to the building on the left-hand side. So these circles, the designs that are circular center nicely to the right, straight underneath where the windows are. And it's kind of like where the barn would end if centered on where the barn would be if there weren't that addition on the left-hand side. The more horizontal designs were made intentionally to try to balance that weight on the left. So you have the Genoa logo would be centered in that main center of the barn that I was referring to. And then the compass helps to kind of center on the actual visual center of the barn with the left-hand side included. Sort of hard to describe, but hopefully you can see it in your packet.
I would say the last three where you have part of the compass, but then Genoa's kind of offset are my least favorite. But hey, if the community outvotes me, then.
See, I like the one with the flowers, but without the flowers. I like the one with, but without them. No, like I like the colors, like the lighter blue. I can almost see like the 1816 down there.
I think I agree with you. I could do that one with.
I like that lighter, and I think if we could get the year in there, I like that.
Okay, that's helpful feedback with the color combinations. I can do that. The only thing to keep in mind with the 1816 is when you put Freeman's Farm and our Genoa logo together on it, that if you also say established 1816, then it starts to get a little confusing if we're
Which
talking about
one?
the farm was established.
Could you put
or the
1816
township.
under Genoa Township?
Maybe.
Well, the one logo does have established 1816 under Genoa Township.
But it doesn't say
But it's that
Freeman's Farm.
banner.
No,
I
it
don't like the
doesn't.
banner.
Yeah, right.
If Freeman's Farm's not there,
Got
then it
it.
makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, it's confusing.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
okay.
gotcha.
But I could maybe use the state of Ohio image there in that spot instead or something. A lot of this is like
Balance.
I'm just switching things around and seeing for myself, oh, that works, or oh, that doesn't work. So I will try your ideas and see how.
Yeah, I
it
like
pans out.
the logo all together because I think the balance definitely. Even though I like the established 1816 the way it is around the circle. Yeah, but then you add in Freeman Farms. Yeah. So many things to
I
think
know,
about.
It really is a lot to think about.
It is.
Another thing that has been on my mind is, we had a blue logo on a red barn, and the contrast is not that different between the blue and the red. When you put a bright blue logo on a white barn, it starts to just dominate. That's
why I like
you
that
almost won't
lighter
see
blue.
the barn anymore.
Yeah, I like that lighter blue with the accents of the darker blue and then the tan. Minus the flowers. No, these, they're all.
It'd be nice to give, like 3 that we really like too, and that are all different enough that they're reacting to big, like the last 3, for example, are all too similar to just provide multiple, so.
Okay, do you have enough direction, or do you need?
I think we're supposed to give her 3.
And it doesn't have to be these. I could do more rounds if you.
I like the
can
one
do
with the
that.
field too, but not with the Ohio in the middle of the field.
For the public, this is, the logo will go on the opposite side of where the Christmas tree is.
Uh-huh.
Yep, east side of the building. So I can
Play with them a
I
little
can
bit.
play with the feedback you just gave me and make another round and then kind of repeat the process with the parks and the communication committee and whittle it down to 3. Does the board want to have further say in which 3 then, or leave that to those committees?
Maybe stay close to this. I like them all, so
I do too.
I don't know that I
wouldn't
need to
have
weigh in
heartache
again.
over any of 'em.
You're on the right track.
Okay,
You
well,
know?
that's good to hear.
Yeah, no, these look great.
Then I will plan on doing that. I'll circle back with each committee, do a revision, circle back with the committees, and then we'll try to
Whittle it
get
down.
3 for a public vote of some sort.
Okay.
Does that sound all right?
Sounds great.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Leslie. All right, maintenance and Paul. Right? Sorry. Yes,
That's
right?
Lauren.
Lauren, geez, sorry. Just seeing if you're awake, Paul.
My beard's
Sorry,
much
Lauren.
lighter than his.
Maintenance and
Before we
Lauren.
Start, I was remiss. I mean this sincerely, to you and your department. You guys knocked it out on the snow removal. I can't tell you how many comments I got from random people that commented about how quickly and how responsive your department was. The only downfall was there was a 4-foot mound of snow in my driveway. That I had to shovel out. But
Got home,
sincerely.
when I got home from my 15-hour shift, I had the same thing in my driveway.
Oh my gosh.
But thank you very much.
No.
I will definitely let them know. Thank you. They'll
Well,
appreciate
I want to,
that.
I want to add on to that too. Even that OTA, we were hearing from other townships how well we did and how we used the resources we had at our fingertips. So, great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got questions like, did you guys get a bunch of complaints about your snow removal? I'm like, not one. I didn't get any. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, good evening. I'm going to circle back to our border signs real quick. Paul got me the list that we had sent him that I was not prepared with, so thank you, Paul. Worthington and Plum Road is one location. Maxtown Road near Northgate, Maxtown Road near Sunbury Road, Red Bank, Gorsuch Transition, and Africa Road near Augusta Woods. So those are the locations for the 5.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Those are key entrance points, main arteries. Yep.
Okay. All right, so next thing that I have for you guys, I've just asked for consensus from the board to hire our 4 seasonals, which is the same that we do each and every summer. I just want to try to get it posted a little sooner so we can start picking from the pool a little quicker this time.
Can you tell us why you need 4 people? What happened?
2 of our 4 last year are now full-time employees. One of our gentlemen made it all the way through college and decided that he wasn't not going to use his degree because he liked working for us. So he's our newest employee. So we're having a great turnaround. I mean, these kids are working for us, and growing up in front of us, and then we can see what type of employee they're going to be and what kind of worker they're going to be. So it's worked out pretty nicely.
Okay, I'm in favor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally in favor.
Agree.
All right, thank you. The next that I have purchase orders. The first one I have is for a Case 521 rubber tire front end loader from Southeastern Equipment. This is going to replace our 2004 Case loader.
You want me to, my resolution is for both.
Okay. And I didn't know if you wanted me to give specifics on each or.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Okay. So with the equipment, both pieces of equipment will be purchased through the Sourcewell, which is ODOT purchasing. So, we legitimately cannot get it any lower cost than we can get it on the ODOT purchasing plan. So that is through the Sourcewell ODOT purchasing. Some of the nice features with our new loader from 2004, obviously, to 2026, the visuals. There's a lot of blind spots when you're in a piece of heavy equipment. People, because they can see you when you're in it, think that you can see them, and that is not the case. So the way they have designed the new sights out from windows and where they've placed, moved some bars around and moved some, window panes around, it's a safer thing there. It will now have a backup camera, which also has side cameras, so those real bad blind spots will have cameras in those areas. We'll have a little bit of larger bucket on this one. It's the same size loader, but it comes with a slightly larger bucket, so we'll save a little bit of time with loading. It is our most used and diverse piece of equipment that we have. It is used daily for multiple things, so we'll be trading in the old backhoe for this piece of equipment. We do not have the cost on what we will get for that quite yet. He is coming tomorrow morning. He was supposed to be here this morning, and he's wasn't able to make it. So he'll be here tomorrow morning to take a look at that and see what our trade-in value will be on that. I made the decision with the condition of the old loader versus the backhoe. The backhoe needs some extensive engine repairs. So we were better off to keep the old loader as a spare loader in case it goes down in the middle of a snowstorm or something. We can still load trucks with salt and so forth. And we have indoor storage for all that now that we have for the Freeman Farm area. The second would be for a 24-inch planer. This is a piece of equipment that attaches to our new skid steer. It is larger than our previous one. Our previous is starting to nickel and dime us to death. We're working on it pretty much every time we use it. And I have implemented using that piece of equipment more. I like to do a mill and fill instead of just throwing cold patch and potholes. I like to mill it out, put the hot mix in it, and fix it properly so it holds and saves us some time and money that way as well. So that's what that planer is for.
Okay. I will move to approve the following purchase orders. Southeastern Equipment Company for $187,514.80. Case 521G2 loader. Southeastern Equipment Company, $24,400. Vernig, 24-inch planer. Do I have a second?
Second?
Discussion? Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes. Motion carries. Thanks for all the details.
You're welcome. Thank you, Board.
All right, last, I guess. Is it last? Yes, zoning.
Here I am, back again. 2 items for you this evening. The first is I request the board pass a resolution to approve the hiring of Simon Bell for the position of Deputy Zoning Inspector. Rate $24.96 an hour, starting date February 17th. That's a Tuesday because that Monday is President's Day. Mr. Bell was selected following 2 rounds of interviews with staff. He graduated magna cum laude from Ohio State with a BS in City and Regional Planning in May of last year. He recently completed an internship with the Logan Union Champaign Regional Planning Commission and actually partook in that data center study that they recently published. I had provided you his application as part of this memo for your reference. So obviously, this would be Simon's first full-time career job, but that's not a bad thing. We look forward to teaching him the right Genoa way of doing things, so.
Okay, I move to hire Simon Bell to the position of Deputy Zoning Inspector effective February 17th, 2026 at $24.96 per hour with a 6-month probationary period. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion passes.
Thank you. We look forward to being back at full staff. Second item of business is last night, the zoning commission had a meeting and heard testimony on zoning case number 2026-01. It's a rezoning for 68 7th Floor Road. This is Drew Berlin's property. If you recall, this is the sliver we discussed a couple months ago prior to Thanksgiving. He agreed that you might as well just get this done. He has no immediate plans to do anything, but might as well get it cleaned up and fixed. So the commission unanimously recommended approval of the rezoning application, but now has to come before you for final review and vote. So I'm asking you to schedule the hearing for that. You have a special meeting on, I can't imagine you'd want to do it the same night as the interviews.
No.
But you have a special meeting on the 9th for the omnibus amendment, or this is a very simple application. You could also just put it on your regular meeting agenda on the 10th.
Should be able to do this the same night.
Is the omnibus?
Yeah.
I agree.
It's not a development in this.
Very short.
Yeah.
Do we just say it starts at 5 as well? How do you do that?
Yeah, we'll just say the meeting starts at 5 and,
Okay,
We'll
we
get
get
to
to
you.
it when we get to it? Okay.
Put it on the agenda for,
yep,
put him first. 'cause it's-
yeah, we would put him first. I agree.
Okay. First, we have to pass a motion to accept?
To acknowledge receipt of the
Yeah,
commission.
and then
Yep.
we'll schedule it? Okay.
Yep.
All right, I'll move that the Board of Trustee acknowledge the recommendation of the Zoning Commission's approval of ZC 2026-01 Berlin rezoning. Do I have a second?
Second?
Discussion? Roll?
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
I have to say yes.
I'm not looking at this.
Who wrote the script for us?
All right, so we will set the public hearing for ZC 2026-01 Berlin rezoning for March 9th
Yep.
at 5 PM. And the materials will be due when?
I doubt we actually are going to need any revised materials,
Okay,
but if you want to set a date, we can.
I think we're good.
It's pretty straightforward.
Okay, all right, and it'll be at the Township Hall.
Yep.
All right, so announcements, we're good, right? Okay. February 16th is President's Day, offices are closed. February 18th is the Police Advisory Committee. February 24th is BZA, and the next trustee meeting is March 10th, 2026. So at this time, I'll move to adjourn to executive session at 7:35 PM to prepare for and review negotiations and bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment, and to consider the appointment, employment, and compensation of a public employee. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Ms. McMurray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette?
Yes.
Ms. Vaughn?
Motion passed. All right. I will move to return from executive session to the regular trustee meeting at 8:13 PM. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion, roll.
Ms. Murray?
Yes.
Mr. Antoinette? Ms. Vaughn?
Yes, motion carries. There's no more business before the board, so I'll move to adjourn the meeting at 8:13 PM. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned?
We're adjourned.